Hi, I'm attorney Ben Schwartz, and today we're going to answer a viewer question. The question is essentially, Ben, you're always talking about how people should put their cell phones away when they're getting behind the wheel so they're never distracted. But I like to stop when I'm at a red light and check my cell phone text messages for work. Is that, in your opinion, is that legally okay? And it sounds like something, here's my thought, it sounds like something that is really harmless. You know, if you're stopped at a red light, you got your foot on the brake, and you're not going anywhere, you're not in a moving vehicle, why wouldn't you check your text messages? What would be wrong with checking your text messages? And I have an answer for you, and the answer is that technically, at least in the state of Delaware, it's still illegal. You know, there are cases in Delaware that talk about the question of what is driving. You know, there are cases that say that you are driving if you have actual control over a motor vehicle. You don't have to have it in drive, and you don't have to be cruising down the road, but if you're in actual control of a motor vehicle, you've got the keys, you're behind the driver's seat, the engine's running, you're driving. As a matter of Delaware law, you're driving. And I believe it's the same case in other states, you know, the surrounding states of Pennsylvania and Maryland, New Jersey. So if you're in a car and the vehicle's running, your foot's on the brake, you're stopped at a stop sign or a red light, technically you're still driving. And the law says that you can't text and drive. So even though you might not be going anywhere, if you pull out your cell phone and start reading text messages, technically you are violating the law. So there's one thing. You could end up getting a ticket, and the fines are substantial for texting and driving these days. But setting the law aside, you know, forget about the law for a second. I realize I'm a lawyer, and it's kind of strange for me to say forget about the law for a second, but forget about the law for a second. And listen to this. Here's my thought on your cell phone and your car. My thought is that if you're going to get behind the wheel of a car and you're going to drive, what you ought to do is take your cell phone and put it somewhere else. Turn it off, put it in the glove compartment. Turn it off, put it in your purse. Put it in your pocket. Put it somewhere else where when I'm sending you a text message and your phone is vibrating and your phone is ringing, or when I'm calling you, you won't know it, because you don't want to have anybody or anything distract you from the road. You don't want to take your eyes off the roadway. You're driving a motor vehicle. It's your life, it's your passenger's life, and it's people in society that you're trying to keep safe. And you don't want to get in a car accident, so why would you let yourself be distracted by someone sending you a text message or calling you on your cell phone? Get rid of the cell phone, and that way you can't be distracted. That's the thing to do. So my answer on should I be able to pull my cell phone out and text while stopped at a red light is, that's not even a question you should worry about, because you shouldn't have access to your cell phone while you're driving. If you take that simple step ahead of time, before you put the key in the ignition, you get rid of your cell phone. If you take that simple step ahead of time, you're not going to be faced with this question of is it legal, not legal, smart, stupid to get the cell phone out while stopped at a red light. That's my 2 cents. This opinion is my opinion alone and not that of my law firm or any of the others in my law firm who I can guarantee you have different opinions. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. I hope you found it interesting. And if you have other questions, more questions that have to do with texting and driving, car accidents, the law, what have you, email them to me. My email address is ben.schwartz@schwartzandschwartz.com, or send them to me by way of our Facebook page. You can go to facebook.com/schwartzandschwartz and comment on this video. I will get your comment and I'll respond if you have a question. Thanks for watching. I'm attorney Ben Schwartz.